No, I take never sleep.
In the winter of 1984, director Wes Craven and new up-and-coming production studio New Line Cinema would release what is now a horror and pop culture icon. A franchise so popular, featuring a character that's so well known, he's on par with Santa Claus for recognizability.
Every kid knows who Freddy is. He's like Santa Claus. Or King Kong, or...
A Nightmare on Elm Street is a classic. Not only is Freddy Krueger a staple of pop culture, but he's also one of the big three. The three horror villains even non-horror fans know: Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger. Now, longtime viewers, and by longtime viewers I mean anybody who's been watching since Halloween, will know that I'm not the biggest fan of the original Nightmare on Elm Street. I know, I'm an awful human being and I should get off the internet. Here's the thing though, I have seen that movie multiple times and I'm more disappointed after every viewing. The concept is great. Scary man is stalking high schoolers in their dreams, and if you die in your dream, you die in real life. But the execution just isn't quite there for me. First, the kills are kind of boring. In a dream, anything is possible, and weirdness is expected. Glenn getting sucked into his bed and then a geyser of blood coming out is admittedly pretty cool. But a guy getting hanged by a bedsheet and a girl getting dragged up the wall is a little dull. You can see people getting dragged up the wall and even floating in any ghost movie. It's an iconic kill, but when you have a premise like guy controlling your dreams and killing you in them, it's a little underwhelming. But I think my biggest problem is the ending. Freddy Krueger getting smacked around by Home Alone traps and then disappearing into glitter because Nancy stopped believing in him kinda sucks. They could have come up with a better, less goofy way to kill Freddy. I mean, the sequels did that, mostly. But that trap setup montage just completely kills the movie for me. However, Freddy Krueger is still my favorite horror villain. You may be asking why if I don't like A Nightmare on Elm Street. Well, let's see. Michael Myers, mute guy in a mask with a knife. Jason Voorhees, mute guy in a mask with a long knife. Ghost-faced mute guys in a mask with a knife. Freddy Krueger, a joke-spewing guy who was executed by fire, reborn as a malevolent demon who lives inside and controls people's dreams, and after psychologically torturing them, alienating them from everyone else, and them desperately trying to stay awake to avoid dying, no one can avoid sleeping. So, when you do fall asleep, and you will, Freddy will kill you. You can run from Michael, you can run from Jason, and you can run from Ghostface, but you can't escape Freddy. Also, his finger knife glove is awesome. Don't get me wrong, I love all of those other franchises and their killers, but Freddy, like Chucky, is a really unique slasher villain. I've seen all the sequels and the remakes, and a lot of them are bad. In particular, 3 are bad, 1 is the best Nightmare movie ever made, and 2 are pretty enjoyable. Even though I think the remake is the best Nightmare movie made, I can see a lot of problems with it, mainly in the structure. I would love to dig into this movie and dissect it, then put it back together better than ever, but I'm not going to do that in this video. Maybe in a future video, I don't know. A Nightmare on Elm Street is a franchise with a killer premise and a heap ton of potential, but unfortunately, I don't think the perfect Nightmare movie has been made yet. It's definitely not the original, it's none of the sequels, as good as some of them are, and as much as I hate to admit it, it's definitely not the remake either. Quentin Smith is hands down the best character in any Nightmare movie, but Jackie Earle Haley is not the best Freddy, and Rooney Mara is a terrible Nancy. But Quentin is my boy. I love my boy. At my wedding, Quentin is going to be my best man. Or the groom, never say never. Here's the deal. We as horror fans need another Freddy movie. One with a memorable final girl or guy like Nancy Thompson or Quentin Smith, Robert Englund back in the Freddy makeup, interesting and weird kills, trippy dream sequences, micro naps, that's a big one, an ever-enveloping sense of paranoia and separation from reality, a comedic but terrifying Freddy Krueger, likable characters that we will actually care when they die, and finally, a Freddy death that isn't a series of lame Home Alone traps. I am getting wet just thinking about this hypothetical movie. I need to go change my shorts. Look, this movie is never gonna happen. Not how I am picturing it in my head. And it's been 13 years since we got any new Freddy content. Except the DVD chapter, which is, I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously a Quentin main, but the Nightmare's Power is a bit boring, and they couldn't even get the rights to Kyle Gallner's likeness. But we did get some fun perks out of it. Wait a minute. I've gotten off topic. Give us another Nightmare movie, Hollywood. We all want it. We all cry ourselves to sleep at night and dream of a Freddy revival. And if you say you don't, you're lying. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to little Timmy. You wouldn't want to lie to Timmy, would you? Would you, Frank? Please make more Freddy movies. Okay, I have no idea what this video was, but I felt like making it. Like, subscribe, comment, you know the drill. I'll see you guys tomorrow.